Let's bring in former Assistant Treasury Secretary and host of the Monica Crowley podcast, Monica Crowley. That's actually a Biden campaign talking point. They just didn't use amnesia. She used the word nostalgia. But what I think Joe Biden and his cronies are doing with these regulations, Monica, he still wants to be ruling when he is no longer the king. And it speaks to the way that they have governed by fiat, crushing every single working American.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Dagan. And hi, Sean. Great to see you guys. You know, Democrats, when they come into the executive branch, they constantly do this kind of thing. I recall, you know, when President Trump was first coming in January of 2017, a lot of people across a lot of agencies got noticed that the Obama administration had pre-spent like the first quarter of their budget. So there was no real money and latitude for President Trump to bring in his own people right away and hit the ground running. We hope that it will be different come January of 2025. But what this report shows is that the Biden team is fanning out across all of these agencies, putting in this flurry of regulatory activity, making it increasingly difficult for a new Trump administration to unravel all of it and roll all of it back. They're using this obscure 1996 rule called the Congressional Review Act, which would allow a new president to unravel a lot of this. But knowing this and seeing how President Trump did it the first time in 2017, unraveling a lot of the Obama-Biden regulations and rules, they want to try to block President Trump from doing that again. And so they realize that they've got basically until the end of May to get these new rules and regulations in so that they can be finalized before sort of the 60 or 90-day window before the end of an administration, at which point Trump could come in and use the CRA to unravel all of it. So they're trying to lock Donald Trump into an agenda that clearly won't be his.
Now, the CRA that happens very quickly. It's easy to do, but nothing would stop Donald Trump as the president from implementing new regulations that undo Joe Biden's regulations that he's been forcing through over this last month very aggressively. But let's move to this, because we talked about confidence. And is it any wonder that Americans don't have confidence in Biden and company to do the right thing on the economy, Monica? Because look at who he's taking advice from.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do? They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Because they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah. So a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money and then it uses that money to yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about.
Monica, that's Jared Bernstein. He's the White House's chief economic advisor. It's almost funny, but it's not, that this is the man that's giving advice on the economy to Joe Biden.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this clip a couple of days ago. It's absolutely terrifying and horrifying all at the same time. This is the president of the United States, his top economic advisor, and he doesn't know basic fundamentals about how the government prints money, how it borrows money. I mean, these are basics. Like, you could ask an 8th grader and they would know more than what Mr. Bernstein demonstrated here. Look, I guess it's no surprise after you look at the last 3.5 years of the Biden administration's economic record, it's been an historic catastrophe. Out of control government spending paired with this monetary response that keeps going of pumping nearly $8 trillion down into the economy in just a very short amount of time. Of course, we got this inflationary spiral that is crushing the middle class, the working class, and the poor. All of the groups that Biden and the Democrats profess to champion. We're getting squeezed, and that's why 2/3 of the American people say they are living paycheck to paycheck, and another 3/4 of the American people have a negative view of the economy and a negative view of Biden's handling of it. That, compared with the 4 years of a booming Trump economy based on a pro-growth economic agenda, telling you guys this has huge political consequences. People want the Trump boom back.
Monica Crowley, thank you so much. And I just want to point out, Jared Bernstein has a master's and a PhD in social work. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
But American people know
Yep.
that because they've been crushed by these idiots running economic policy. Thank you so much, Monica. Great to see you.
Thank you, guys.